12 high school seniors, some who graduated and some who did not, band together to do some pranks in a last-minute desperate attempt to have fun, since none of them were invited to any senior week trips. These pranks start off as harmless, tipsy fun in a game of truth or dare. But since these games are rooted in mischief and since misery loves company, each prank becomes more and more malicious and eventually dangerous. Now, this takes place in some unknown town in the middle of Maryland. It's very all-American at the borderlands of the north of the United States and the south. Here you can be urban since it's a quick turnpike drive from the infamous land of Baltimore City, or you can be ultra-suburban and utopic, or you can be kind of back road, backwoodsy country. You can be a prepster, hipster, or you can be gangster. It's the perfect setting for good old American high school / college drama among friends, frenemies, and straight-up enemies. This group happens to be a de facto friendship group because during their time in high school, they barely communicated with each other. Only some of them were actually friendly with each other during their time in high school and kind of social with each other. This is a small town, and some of them have known or just recognized each other since kindergarten or middle school. But as a whole group, many of them just passed by each other, spent detention together, sat together, were misfits together. But they bond because none of them went to prom and ended up together randomly on the first night of senior week when the rest of their high school normies were off crossing the Chesapeake Bridge on the way to unforgettable memories that every high school student wants. And this is when all hell breaks loose for them, and someone ends up unalived. Now there's a cast of characters involved. So first, we have Erin. Erin is book smart, but not nerdy or geeky. She's just rather read than talk. She's an introvert with a lot brewing inside. She randomly invited them to hang out at her house, where the pranks begin. Some of them jumped at the chance and others kind of strung along, like they just kind of ended up there. Then there's Devin, her fraternal twin brother. He's struggling with his sexuality, less so struggling with it and accepting it, and more so struggling with just admitting it in a group of guys. Then there's Michaela. She's fun-loving and all, but more of her backstory comes out in the sequel, called Truth or Dare, Dare to Tell the Truth, which I'm halfway done writing. She's the most down with and excited about the games. And then there's Nicole. Her backstory comes out in the craziest way later on in the novel. Then we have Justin, a rebel and, according to him, a disappointment. And so these games become really competitive for him. I believe he creates the more troublemaking aspect of pranks. Then we have Morgan. Her situation is an intrinsic value to the story, and the sequel is about her younger sister, Stephanie, who goes missing. Steph doesn't have anything to do with any of this, though. Then there's Demetrius. Demetrius is a cool nerd. His military and cop and churchy parents are very strict, and so he mostly obeys them. But as a senior, he got distracted and regrets not having more fun during school. His big brother is a cop, who they run into halfway during one of their most dangerous pranks at a drug dealer's house. Next we have Malachai, the bad boy bully. He finds these games kind of lame at first, but he's also down for whatever. He certainly serves his purpose later as the hot-headed, street smart muscle of the group. And then we've got Anya. She's pretty important in the sequel because she ended up working at a motel known for shady business that could link to Steph's disappearance. But right now, she's the youngest and quietest one of the group until events force her feisty, scrappy personality to come out. Next is Jace. He's the disgraced wrestling star in town. His story is very important. It ties to Erin's reason for having the party anyway. Even Demetrius' cop brother knows Jace. There was a time when Jace wouldn't be caught dead around anyone in this group. His revenge for getting kicked off the team is the driving force in the last few pranks. And here we have Lily. Her real name is Lillian. She is as badass as she looks, but she used to be the model student, the model daughter, and changed along the way. And finally, we've got Summer, the grungy, most antisocial misfit of them all, but she becomes our anti-hero here. And in the sequel, the girl power leader who does all she can to help Morgan. In the sequel, their friendship has grown to be strong because they bonded from the aftermath of this book. Now you're probably wondering what exactly the fuck is going on here. It's a novel that I published on Amazon KDP. It's my debut novel, but it's not the first thing that I published on Amazon. The first thing is a rom-com friendship novella. This is my first novel, or a book of over 40,000 words, typically. If you want to find out what happens next and what all the details are, and if you want to look out for the sequel, you have to read it on Amazon to find out. It's via ebook or print. The paperback is soft cover. It's easy to handle and carry and store, with an ultra soft, almost velvety matte texture. The size is perfect, like a cuddly journal you could snuggle up with in bed at night, or when it's cold, or when you're just in that mood. And the font is very readable and black against creamy quality paper. I love it so much. There are no chapters or page numbers though. Intentionally, because chapters create breaks that never happen in a Vera situation. It's 24 hours of non-stop madness. Why would there be conventional, arbitrary little breaks? Many of my published and upcoming books have chapters and page numbers, just not this one. I experimented with this style so that you can get lost in the mayhem with all of my characters. Let me know your thoughts about the book once you've downloaded it or shipped it right to your address.